Hello everyone and welcome back to number 4 of our F1 2022 car reveals. Technically number 4, kind of number 3. We're today back once more though with, as you can tell by my top, the McLaren reveal. Of course, if you're after Formula 1 merch like I'm currently wearing, go check the links down below. I'm getting those plugs in nice and early as always. Links will be down below, of course, F1 merch. And, of course, the Clips channel as well for the podcast. Going to try and get a few more up over the coming days and weeks. But as always, as you would have already heard his sweet, soothing voice in the background, we're back with Jamie183. Anything exciting since yesterday's Aston Martin reveal, Jamie, in your world?
I'm well. One of my housemates got COVID, so that's fun.
Yep, living up in the northern slums that is Manchester.
Yeah, COVID spreads like wildfire up here, so...
Fair enough. But of course, yeah, we got the Aston Martin reveal yesterday. We got the Red Bull livery reveal the day before that. Our first proper look at the 2022 car yesterday. McLaren has kind of gone more down the Red Bull route again. Of some of the car, from what I gather, is their own. And then other bits are still very much like the FIA homologation or like a weird blend of the two. But of course, McLaren have kind of tried to do a lot more of an event with it. You know, unlike Red Bull, unlike Aston Martin, they're sort of doing a McLaren reveal tonight of obviously the F1 car, the Extreme E car, the Indy car, and then they were gonna do something with McLaren Shadow, and then they kind of mentioned it and just left it there, which I thought was quite funny.
Yeah, so a lot. I didn't actually watch it. I don't know if you did, but yeah, I've seen the car obviously. I really like it. I think.
Oh dear.
I don't know. I can tell why it's polarizing. I can see exactly why people don't like it, but I just think it works really well. I don't know. Something about it. I definitely prefer it to last year's car. It's probably my favourite livery so far. And I'm just putting daggers into the heart of Matt 212 on the other side of this call.
Yeah, I don't think, for someone that apparently is on a podcast called Knowing Wheel, Jamie, you definitely don't know art. I'm sorry.
Well, we need to do Knowing Livery.
Knowing Livery, yeah, the spin-off podcast. That is not it.
I really like it.
No, it doesn't work. The blue's in the wrong places. The blue bits should be black. Some of the black bits could have been blue, and that might have worked. Side profile looks a lot better. Still not really too sure what any of the teams have done with the rims. But... And yeah, I mean, from the top it looks alright. It's just, I think, the front wing, those bits should have been black. Therefore, it makes the front wing look sleeker and lower. The number in blue looks horrendous as well. The rear wing, I suppose, kind of works. But it's not a vibe in my eyes, Jamie. I'm a bit gutted with that.
Well, I think we have to agree to disagree, because I definitely am a fan. So, well, let us know in the comments your initial thoughts. Obviously, this has only been released about an hour ago, if that really. So... We haven't seen it on track yet. It may swing us one way or the other.
It's my only hope, is it looks good on track.
I'm a big fan, so we'll have to wait and see how we rate them at the end of the podcast. But yeah.
Yes, yeah. I mean, like I said, obviously, we can't really tell too much about the car. Again, it's things like the front wing, for example. It looks pretty much like it's the FIA homologated front wing, but there's a lot of extra little notches on it and things like that across the front, which not really too sure what we're supposed to make of this. Side profile, though, you get a little bit of interesting sort of things to look out for, of course. There seems to be more grooves under the Velo sponsorship on the side of the front wing, which we haven't seen from other cars before. And then, of course, having a look around from, again, going obviously back to the front profile, you know, those big intakes towards the Venturi tunnels, which we've seen on all of the cars so far. Again, we're sort of now in a position where we don't really know what's the FIA car and what's like a team's own creation, where we don't know how strict the rules are. As such, it's very, very difficult to tell.
Well, for sure it will look very different on track.
Yes, yeah.
They're not going to reveal their hand, obviously, and that goes for every team
apart from Aston Martin.
But still, they're going to bring, like, day one upgrades almost, aren't they?
Yes, yeah.
So, they will be different in terms of what parts are on the car when you get to Bahrain.
Yeah, I mean, at least McLaren have actually put the whole suspension on theirs this time, unlike Aston Martin yesterday.
They've not got a mismatched suspension settings.
Yes, yeah. So. certainly makes that a whole lot better. But I think looking at it again from the front, the intakes on the sides, I don't think are FIA homologation, are they? They seem a lot wider than what we've seen so far.
Yeah, they do.
A lot wider, but a little bit thinner, I think. But obviously, again, that could just be the angle of the camera.
even though it's the same engine as the Aston Martin.
Yes, yeah, that's very interesting. And we also, I don't think, have got the little sausage hump either, do we?
Yeah. No, I don't think we do.
No.
It's much more of a Coke bottle back in it.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Look at me being technical.
Look at you, Fair play. I think there's too much knowing wheel going on. The podcast might explode with that sort of insight there. But yeah, we'll wait and see, I think, how this thing looks on track before we sort of talk too much about how bad it looks, unless you're blind, I suppose. McLaren, though, Jamie, this is a big year, I feel, for a lot of reasons for McLaren.
Yeah, definitely. Like, we've seen their trajectory has been very much upwards since they had the end of the Honda partnership, really. They were basically rock bottom with the 2018 car in terms of pace. They obviously had Alonso dragging it wherever he could. But since then, they've been really getting better and better year on year. So for that to continue, they've got to be basically winning races on a regular basis, or at least more than once, would probably be a good aim for them. I don't think they'll mount a title challenge. They're one of the teams I could see could, because of the size of the team and the history and how good they are at making cars generally. They're one of the teams that if they nail it, then there's no reason why not. But I don't personally see it. But obviously, good news this week came out that Lando Norris has got a contract extension.
Yes.
Until
2025,
which is a long time away.
It certainly is.
So that's 4 more years to the end of 25.
Yes, 4 seasons.
Yeah, 4 seasons. So that's far. Their second driver, we'll have to wait and see what happens with him.
Might have 4 races, who knows?
I think we'd be a bit more generous than that, but yes. And Ricciardo's still paid way more than Norris, even with the new contract, which is...
I wouldn't be so sure.
Well, I guess it's all estimations, but something I saw on Instagram, it was still saying that Ricciardo's like the top 5.
Well,
in the top 5.
The articles I've read, Lando's on about 20 million a year from McLaren, which I can't imagine is going to be far away from Ricciardo's at. And I think Lando's done this very, very cleverly. He's had a really good year. He's going to speak to other teams, see what they can offer him. I don't think he ever had any intention of leaving, unless like Mercedes or Red Bull gave him a call.
I think Red Bull did, to be fair. Like, they've been interested for a long time.
I personally still hold the belief that Lando Norris could be the key to help Red Bull and Verstappen.
Yeah, because they're quite similar, aren't they, in terms of driving styles?
Exactly. I think he could be the man that could actually get close.
Norris lineup would be incredible.
It would be complete eye rating, but yeah. This is genuinely why I sort of believe those two could work very, very well as teammates, because they're both very versatile.
Yeah, but less about the far future. Let's talk about the near future. Like, I think, their aims for this year will definitely be regular race wins and to hope to maybe top 3 in the championship. They might set out as an aim. I don't know if teams actually do that, where they actually like predict where they're going to finish and aim for that.
Oh, I think a lot of teams will.
In the front conversation for sure. Regardless how many teams are up there, they've got to be able to fight at the front, basically.
Yes, yeah, and I think this is the thing. Obviously, they've sort of spoke about in the interviews they did earlier on today. I think McLaren, I think they're trying to soften expectations to a certain degree. They're sort of saying they want to be where they were at the start of last year, which was there or thereabouts, sort of third best, around Ferrari. They definitely had the pace over Ferrari early on in the campaign. Sure. But yeah, really, you want to be seeing both Ferrari and McLaren right there. That even if they haven't got the out-and-out pace of Red Bull or Mercedes, obviously depending on what they can do, you sort of want them to be close enough that they're a pain for those two teams when it comes to like pit stop cycles and things like that, don't you? That they can sort of get in the way.
Sort of like we saw from McLaren on a few occasions, like the likes of Imola or Monza especially, they were, until they obviously just crashed and they won. But yeah, they showed glimpses last year of what they should be able to perform on a regular basis, but we'll have to wait and see how their car is once they get onto the tracks. Yeah, I think top 3 would be a realistic aim for them.
Yeah, I think they've got to be in that debate, don't they? I think we could potentially see a very, very close year between Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull and Mercedes.
Yeah.
But, of course, that could very easily be changed around massively, as if someone's found a loophole next year.
Like the likes of Alpine could easily just bring something crazy. Like
Plan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't think it'll be status quo. Something messed up will happen for one of these teams in the top 4. So, yeah, hopefully for their sake it's not McLaren, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yes, and this is sort of what I was trying to say, obviously. I think what we could see is one team come up with a huge loophole in the rules, dominate the year, and of course we could see other teams focus still on 2022. You could see, a McLaren, a Ferrari, then sort of not really worry about 2022 anymore and solely focus towards 2023. But McLaren are definitely still, as an organisation, in a rebuilding phase at the moment, aren't they? It's mad to think we were almost in a situation early COVID where McLaren might have gone under.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like they're definitely a team on the rise, which says to me that you're in the process of building something. So, yeah.
And I think it's important as well. McLaren probably won't get many chances to fight for world titles unless Mercedes call it a day with Formula 1 as well.
Yeah, because they are not a factory team, are they?
No, they're nothing at all like a factory. They're not even like the McLaren Mercedes of old, even up towards 2012, 2013.
Because they're a customer team.
Completely.
Mercedes engines.
Completely.
So it's hard to see how they beat Mercedes in a fair fight unless Mercedes do mess up their car development completely.
Yeah, I mean, it is theoretically possible. Sometimes a customer team does do better than, obviously, I mean, look at Honda just a couple of years ago with Renault power units. It is definitely still doable, but Mercedes are definitely a team that is unlikely to drop the ball, and you get the sense if McLaren found a loophole, it would not take Mercedes long to copy it either.
No, not at all.
But obviously, Daniel Ricciardo, Lando Norris, then two drivers that I think we went into last year with a lot of expectations about, sort of that and how they would settle into the team against each other. I don't think either of us predicted it to go the way it did, as quickly as it did. Ricciardo, though, now, obviously, we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, Jamie? He's one of the drivers that we believe 2022 is make or break for. He's really got to be on the money pretty quickly this year, doesn't he? He has no real excuse now to be behind Lando by a lot.
Yeah, I think we saw signs for sure of him picking it up towards the end of last season.
Carlos Sainz and Richard for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's today. Take that one off for today. Yeah, for sure. Sound Nico Rosberg over here. Yes, he picked it up towards the end of last season. I think 5 top 5 finishes in the last 9 races or something.
Yep,
was pretty decent going. So it was a bit under the radar, but he wasn't awful towards the end of last season. So if he can, at the very least, be matching Norris, that's probably acceptable, because I think we all kind of understand now that Norris is different gravy in terms of how good he is. We all sort of, when he was up against Sainz and losing quite consistently, we were like, he's decent, but we don't know if he's great. I think we underestimated both of them, in my opinion, when they were at McLaren.
I'm not convinced Lando is quite in different gravy territory yet.
He's the youngest driver on the grid.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Oh, apart from Yuki, of course.
Yeah. I'm not quite convinced he's different gravy caliber yet. He's definitely top tier, but not quite different.
Yeah.
I mean, different gravy for me is Hamilton, Verstappen, and Charles Leclerc and George Russell have the potential to be. And I think Lando's just a little bit behind them.
He could easily be in that conversation, though.
If he has another strong year, I'm more than happy to agree he's got different gravy potential, or could immediately move into that sort of stratosphere. So, of course, obviously, McLaren as well, though. I think when we look at that driver lineup, obviously, we've ranked it fairly low last year because of how, obviously, rough Ricciardo's season was for the most part, and, of course, the couple of mistakes that Lando made. However, it could be the same sort of level as Sainz and Leclerc, maybe what Hamilton and Russell can be as well next year, couldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, they're definitely top half.
Easily. I think we still ranked them fourth, didn't we, last year?
Yeah. Yeah, so Lando obviously performed at a super high level basically all year, bar a few races where he got some bad luck.
And kind of fell away at the end.
Yeah, he did sort of fall away at the end. And then, Ricciardo hasn't just forgotten how to drive inside the space of a year, because in 2020 he was quality in that Renault. So, I think they've definitely got the ability. They just need to find the consistency in form, I think, definitely. will go a long way.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And I think this could be a team where either all of that really does come together, or they came across like a team that they might struggle in all areas, all in one go. And I mean, McLaren's always been like that to a certain degree, hasn't it? It can either go explosive for perfect reasons or explosive for all the wrong reasons, all at the same time.
Basically. Yeah, if it's another one of those teams where they could easily finish, like, constructors-wise, they could quite comprehensively finish first, or they could finish, like, 8th. And you can't really tell.
Yeah.
Based on, obviously, the car performance is complete unknown for now. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like we said, obviously, there's so much going on sort of behind the scenes for McLaren. They need to start this new generation with a strong car underneath them. Bold predictions then, Jamie, for McLaren in 2022.
I need to actually think of these before you. Bold prediction. Can you think of one first?
I can think of one first. 4 pole positions this year. Only 1 win. I think they're going to have a rapid Saturday car.
Yeah, to be fair, Norris is always pretty good on Saturdays as well, especially at some of his specialist tracks.
And I'm going to say that 1 win's going to come at Monaco.
Monaco? Wow, the downforce city. You don't think Verstappen's got it nailed again?
No, I don't.
I think... What could I think? I don't want to go for pole win one. I want to go for a weird one.
They're gonna flip the car on 3 different occasions? I don't know.
I'll say they will lose to Alpine in the championship.
Oh, interesting. So, not saying where Alpine
won.
I can't wait for you now to predict Alpine are going to finish like 9th next year or something like that. When we get to the Alpine reveal in a few days' time. But that's very interesting then. So, come on then. How many poles and wins do you think they're going to get?
Well, if they're losing to Alpine...
None and none?
I might just have to go 0 and 0. I'll give them... No, I've given all the teams 1 pole. No, 0-0.
0-0. Fair enough.
On the McLaren hate train.
Oh, no, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. Out of 10 then, Jamie. Let's round this out with some controversy. What disaster do you think this livery deserves out of 10?
I'm going to whisper it slightly, but I do think I really like it. So I'm going to give it a 9.
Oh!
It's my favourite one so far.
No.
Sure. I love it. I don't know what it is. It's just really nice.
Oh, it's a 4 at most in my eyes.
4? Wow.
So, I mean, between us, we're only...
Someone's job is to design that.
I know.
Him a 4.
Exactly. Someone's job is... They must have done like a Make-A-Wish thing this year, because I reckon they've let someone who's blind do it.
Okay.
I mean, it stands out for all the wrong reasons, doesn't it?
I really like it.
No, get rid of the blue or make it all... How can they have golf colour? How have they butchered golf colours? I don't get this. I'm sorry, McLaren.
But anyway, let us know, who do you think is right in the comments? Do you think I'm right, or do you think Matt's right with our opinions on the McLaren livery?
Yes, yeah, I think that's going to be key. I mean, to be fair, between us, we've only rated it, 1 point lower than the Red Bull and 2 points lower than the Aston... No, 3 points lower than the Aston Martin, wasn't it? We both gave the Aston 8s.
I can't believe you put a 4 on that. That's outrageous.
I'm sorry, it's just not good. The thing is, like I said, subtle tweaks can make that thing a stunner. And please, I beg McLaren, make those subtle tweaks. Even the numbers look awful on it. Why are they so big and not cool? It just looks like they've just slapped Comic Sans on it, even though I know it's not Comic Sans, but still.
It's definitely not Comic Sans.
No, it would have looked better if it was entirely made of windings. Oh, shocking. But
which one is next?
Next up, we're going to be back on Tuesday with the AlphaTauri launch, Jamie. We're going to do our Valentine's Day special. We're going to do that, eat a meal, have a bottle of red wine with it between us. All enjoyable. I'm sure, actually, Jimmy, I'll take it you're going to be busy on Valentine's Day, aren't you?
I'm going to be busy watching the AlphaTauri get revealed.
Fair play, so am I. We've both got Valentine's Day plans. You'll love to see it. But yeah, like Jamie mentioned though, let us know down in the comments below your thoughts and feelings on the new McLaren MCL36 and why it's an ugly dog. And yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday. We're going to have a bumper day on Tuesday, aren't we, Jamie? Because, of course, we're going to do the AlphaTauri launch as well as our normal weekly roundup. So, yeah, get yourself subscribed. Follow the podcast on Spotify. Anything else to add, Jamie, before I round this out?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 is completely wrong. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be back very, very soon with more Knowing Wheel, not Knowing Livery.